Hey, Sheriff's Office, make yourself known.
Yeah, let's see.
Sheriff's Office, make yourself known.
Just almost send the kid out.
Send the child out, please. Stay in the child. Bring the child out of the room. Drop the knife and bring the child out of the room. Drop the knife, bring the child out of the room. Let me see your hands right now.
You're gonna
Let
get
me see your
shot.
hands.
You are gonna get
Let me
shot.
see your hands right now. Let me see your hands right now. Let me see your hands right now. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Drop the knife. Drop it. Come on, baby. Come on.
I'm about to play this press conference for you guys, but this is an amazing story where a police officer responded to a domestic violence call November 2nd at 2:04 p.m. where a 7-year-old was being choked by an armed suspect. He barricaded himself, and the guy's name is Mario Camacho, 27 years old.
A 7-year-old is safe tonight because of the actions of our deputies. And I'll get into the details quite quickly. But first, this gives me an opportunity. You know, Sheriff Chad Chronister has made priorities here, and that's to keep this community safe. But we keep having these press conferences and press releases about two really issues in this community. One is domestic violence, and two is mental illness. We created a domestic violence unit to attack this issue, and we have been very successful. Later on, as I go into the details, domestic violence played a part in this action today. And then also mental illness. Mental illness played a part in this incident this afternoon. And if you have any issues with mental illness and you need help, you need to reach out to the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay. Dial 211, get in touch with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, and we can send our behavioral resource unit out here and help that before this escalates into the incident that occurred. So what happened this afternoon? So we received a 911 call just before 2 p.m. The complainant was the sister of the decedent, and I'll get into that later, how that occurred. She said that her brother had a knife and was cutting her superficially. She was bleeding from her mouth. But what the decedent did, her brother took her younger brother, who is 7 years old, and took him in a back bedroom with the knife and was holding him against his will. For lack of a better term, he was a hostage in his own house. So they called 911, and it's a frantic 911 call. We arrived at approximately 2:04 p.m., our deputy on scene. We made contact with the decedent's mother, and we made contact with the complainant, the decedent's sister. And we verified, yes, the decedent is in the back room with his 7-year-old brother, armed at knife point, and would not let the 7-year-old free. Our deputies addressed the locked bedroom. It was locked. They gave several commands to please come out of the room, let the boy go, drop the knife.
Right.
At this time, and heroic as the young boy was, he screamed through the door, break the door down.
Wow, I didn't know. I didn't
That's
even hear
exactly what our deputy did. He broke the door down. But there was a mattress and furniture behind that door.
Wow, this is just an insane situation.
Hey, Sheriff's Office, make yourself known.
Yeah, let's see.
Sheriff's Office, make yourself known.
Just almost send the kid out.
Send the child out, please. Stay in the child. Bring the child out of the room. Drop the knife and bring the child out of the room. Drop the knife, bring the child out of the room.
Oh, yeah. Smart kid, man, because some kids might just stay quiet out of fear. And brave cop, man. Heroic. Went in there.
Hands right now.
You're gonna
Let
get
me see your
shot.
hands.
You are gonna get
Let me
shot.
see your hands right now.
And if you're wondering, he's wearing a motorcycle helmet, apparently. And I think he had a ballistic... I think he had a vest on.
Let me see your hands right now. Let me see your hands right now. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy.
So the door didn't fully open. So again, he kicked and breached that door. As he's moving the mattress out of the way so he can get to the young boy who screamed, "Break the door down," he notices that the suspect, later the decedent, is holding his young brother in front of him in a chokehold with his left hand, and he has a knife in his right hand. Again, the deputies command him, drop the knife, let the boy go. He doesn't respond to those commands. Our deputy had to fire his weapon one time. One time. The suspect then fell to the ground, and we rescued that young boy to safety. Again, heroic by the deputies, but in the grand scheme of things, tragic for that family right now. Yes, we rescued a boy, and yes, it could have been much worse. There's no doubt in my mind that that boy would have been harmed if it weren't for the actions of our deputies. But right now, in the aftermath of that heroic action, is a family that has to pick up the pieces. Criminal history on our suspect. He was pronounced deceased at Brandon Regional Hospital. So right after we fired on the suspect, we immediately recovered. We rescued the young boy, and we immediately gave first aid to the suspect. He was then transported to Brandon Regional Hospital, where he's pronounced deceased at 2:47 p.m. Some criminal history. He has 2 previous domestic violence charges in Polk County. He was charged for domestic violence battery and then also threat to do violence and simple battery in 2023. No convictions on those charges. In July 2024, he was a suspect of a Baker Act in Volusia County.
Baker Act.
I don't know the details of that. The suspect's name is Mario Camacho. He is 27 years old. Our deputy's name who fired his weapon is Deputy Antonio Gonzalez. He is 25 years old. He's 5 years with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, 4 years previous in the Department of Detention.
This is all in Florida, by the way. So yeah, Baker Act is when I believe it's involuntary commitment, where you're forced to get a mental health evaluation. Maybe they'll take you to the hospital, put you in the psych ward, and I think they can only 72 hours.
11 months now as a law enforcement deputy. He has no other use of force. As per policy, Deputy Antonio Gonzalez will be placed on administrative duty. As per policy, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement will handle the investigation of an officer-involved shooting. Joining me to my left is Florida Department of Law Enforcement Assistant Special Agent in Charge Brandon Sheely, and of course to my right is the Madam State Attorney Susie Lopez, who always comes out to these scenes. Again, let me reiterate something. Sheriff Chad Conister's number one priority is to protect this community, protect everyone in this community, by priority our children, our elderly, and really focus on what is the issues in our community to keep everybody safe. And we've identified domestic violence as one, and mental illness that keeps, these are the monsters in our community. And we can't attack those properly without the help of each and every community member here. At this time, I'm open for any questions.
Knowing there was a child involved, how does that elevate the situation with the deputies? Because I know when there's a barricaded subject, usually SWAT and all of that comes out, but how did that elevate the situation in this case?
Well, that's a great question. So whenever there's a child involved, and yes, when there's a barricaded subject, it's kind of slow and methodical, but when we have an opportunity to address that, but a 7-year-old child being a hostage, and you'll see in the body-worn camera the way they address it and the way they command that suspect to come out, leave the boy alone. But then when that young boy has the courage to say, or how scared he was, break the door down, you will see in the body worn camera that it is smooth, and then we hear the break the door down, and then we breach that door. Because now we need to go into action. And it was heroic. Great question.
Who all lived in the house?
So right now we have the mother of the decedent, her daughter, who was the complainant, who called 911, the young boy, which is also her son, a stepfather who lives there but wasn't there at the time of the incident, and the decedent lives there as well.
Do officials
The whole family, yeah.
believe another weapon could have been used to put the suspects down?
What are you asking, ma'am?
Could you have tased him? I mean, that was kind of, and by the way, yeah, the person passed away. Could you have done something else? Because it's never good enough. It's risky. It's a gamble, for sure. It's a gamble that these cops are taking. The guy took a gamble. That the suspect really could have stabbed. Really could have stabbed the boy if he wanted to and killed him. Thankfully he didn't. And the cop acted, but
I'm sorry.
Besides using a gun to fire, do officials believe a taser could have put him down or something else?
That's a great question. So, could we have used less lethal? The question is this, and thank you for that question. He was wearing a motorcycle helmet.
Right.
He was also wearing 2 ballistic vests with armored plates. So, thank you for that question. The only shot he could take was the shot he had to take to stop that threat from harming that boy and rescuing him and saving him.
If he didn't step in and take that action, do you think the boy would still be here right now?
If our deputies did not take that action, there's no doubt in my mind that boy is not here tonight.
Do we know the motive at all? Like what led up to this?
Our deputies are still working through that. Our detectives are trying to find the motive of that. I can just tell you from previous, he has domestic violence history, he has mental illness history. So I don't know what led to the actions of this today, but we'll get those details for you.
Has Deputy Gonzalez been placed on leave? Is he still with the force at this time? Will he be?
He will be placed as per policy on administrative leave
And the mother was
with
home
pay, on duty. Excuse me.
Apologies.
Yes.
And the mother was home at the time?
I'm sorry, the mother was there, yes.
Last question. What are the ages of everyone? Like the sister, the brother, and I know the 7-year-old.
I don't know the age of the mother. The sister is approximately 18 years old. The suspect, the decedent, is 27, and the young brother, the boy that was rescued, is 7.
Thank you, Jay.
All right, thank you.
Wow. Incredible story. I'm glad that the kid's okay. The other person is, I guess, his uncle passed away, shot and killed. It was one shot that was fired. And this happened, I believe, yesterday. Yes, over the weekend. So just incredible. Yeah, mental health. And the lady was asking for a motive. Who knows what the motive for these people, especially if they're not in the right frame of mind. A history of domestic violence. Baker acted. Mental health. Horrible. Could have been much worse, but horrible. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Take care, guys. Peace. Bye. Bloop, 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 bloop.